the feds raided oblock to get Durk's hitman and all the other people. And while there was an oblock, they took everybody's phones, everybody that they suspected of talking to Durk, because this is part of how they're investigating, because they want to see the messages between everybody. Since this is an OTF Rico, basically, they took Lil Durk's phone. That's how they were able to get everything and the messages and the phone calls. They were able to actually subpoena that from T-Mobile and everybody. So now that Durk sitting behind the bars, he's trying to plead not guilty. He said that he don't like the food or nothing like that. And so he should have thought about that before they tried to get revenge and everything like that, because this whole thing, everybody kept messaging and telling Durk, slide for Von, slide for Von. And basically because they went and got the revenge, it pretty much made it to where they were going to catch the Fed case anyways. And Lil Durk said in his songs, a lot of people were trying to tell Durk to stop rapping about the street stuff, because that was going to get him jammed up and that was going to get a case put on him. And basically that's exactly what happened, because in the song Rumors with Gucci Mane, he said, I don't want the ones they caught, I want the ones I paid for. And so that's why a lot of people were thinking, why would he say that? Why would he put that in the song and everything when he knows that the feds is going to be looking for him eventually? He said, and Durk was telling us in 10 years, he thinks he's already going to be in the feds. So he must not have cared. And a lot of people told Durk to stay away from OTF Jam. Like, everybody knew that since Jam got out, they were like, yeah, I know he just got out, he's your friend and all that, but you should really lay low. You should just stay away from anybody who's getting out, period, or anybody who got a case on them or who has a rap sheet, because a lot of people that's on paperwork, they got to go and they got to go to their parole meeting. They got to go to their probation officer, and that guy wants to know who they're working for, who they hang out with, because they all got ankle monitors. They all got their locations tracked, and that's why they all went, and the feds really got all their phones so they could see all the pictures and the messages between them and Durk, because they know for a fact that Durk was paying his friends to do this and do that, and at the end of the day, it's all karma coming back on them, man. Like, they told Durk the best revenge you could get for what happened to Von is to take care of Von's kids and basically make it to where, you know, they become millionaires. At least they got Durk that'll be in their life instead of Von, right? So, but at the end of the day, it's just the street life took over Durk's head. This is how he was raised. This is how he was born into this. And basically, even Durk's dad was telling him to watch out for the snitches, watch out for the informants and everything like that. And it happened to be an informant that Durk had in multiple music videos. Like, how did they not see the wire on OTF Jam? You could see the wire poking out of his white t-shirt. And it's like all of them all wear that same thin white t-shirt, and you could see the wire poking out of that. And then on top of that, OTF Jam got multiple songs where he's actually explaining exactly step by step how the hit works. He said this person is the shooter, Duty Low does this and pays these and takes the cash and all that. And so it's like they done let this dude already go make songs snitching on the whole entire crew and how the operation works. They thought it was art. They thought it was like where if you made a rap song that they can't use the lyrics against you because it's some sort of art or something like that. Yeah, good luck trying that with the feds, man. You might be able to do that in certain cases, in certain situations, but not when you rap about doing something to somebody and then it actually happens and the money is traced back to you for doing it and hiring people. And then you got a whole nother dude who's an informant literally rapping, saying exactly how y'all did that and who's the person, the chain of commands that it goes down. So they did it all. It was a sloppy thing, and it was the reason why it was sloppy was because there's a lot of karma from this. This is why they couldn't think straight and find a way to get away with it, because and now in this day and age, you really not gonna get away with nothing. Because there's so many cameras out there. Everybody got their phones. Everybody's so quick to already tell their business. They done already, like Durk and them already told their ops that they were going to come and get him and who was going to be the guy looking for him and everything. And so because they did that, they already told the people that they was going to get how they were going to come and get them and to be and watch out for us because we going to slide on you and all this stuff, right? But that's a mistake that they made, because the people that they told they was going to slide on hurried up and went and got protection, and hurried up and basically had a way where they was moving around where everything was going to be caught on camera, or they had security with them, or they already basically put the feds on, telling them, yeah, so-and-so already said that they was going to try to get me. So they already put the feds on him, and that's why the feds was already watching Lil Durk, because all the ops that he had, they weren't going to go down like that. They'd rather see Durk locked up than to have something happen to them. And that's the same exact way with Durk's partners, his hitmen, all the people he was bossing around. Basically, they didn't have no money, so they had to do what Durk asked them for. Because of where they lived, they still lived in Oblock. So when Durk came asking them for favors, hey, I need you to do this for me, they had to basically cooperate, because then if they said no to Durk know where they whole people stay out of Oblock. He could have one of them people go through. And so because of that, the people who did the drills to Quando Rondo and Lil Pop, they already started cooperating and telling from day one, because they know for a fact Durk ain't gonna save them out the situation. OTF is gonna be nowhere to be found when they sitting in a cold, empty cell for years, 50, 60 years to life. This all happened in California. So you know for a fact, if it happened in California, that's where the feds headquarters is. That's where the feds live. So you basically in the fed state trying to mess around with their rules, and you done got caught up and had everything linked back to you. That's why they took Durk and brought him back to California. Now his co-defendants and all these people that's witnesses, all these people that was supposed to be his hitman, is going to all testify against him and make sure that he gets the life sentence, because they don't want to go down for it when it was his idea and he put the bread up, basically because it was premeditated, and that they called for they did it for hire. It was already predetermined. And so that's why they putting a lot of the blame on Durk, because he the one who premeditated it and then went and seeked out people who would take the money to go do it. And everything is alleged, but at the same time, a lot of people are asking a lot of these questions about, why did Durk talk about it in his songs and do it in the streets and basically snitch on himself? This was the life that he must have wanted. And so at the end of the day, it wasn't worth it for nobody, because now Lil Durk sitting in the cell, NBA Youngboy in the cell, and basically Quando Rondo was out free, and he basically get the last laugh. And unfortunately, they lost Lil Pop, and unfortunately, they lost King Von. And a lot of people are fans of King Von and everything like that. And, you know, it's unfortunate that they had to do it and all of this happened. It's a sad situation, and this is why our communities need to come back together, because people shouldn't be sliding on each other and this and that. And we get it, because of the whole gang mentality, and nobody wants to back down to the next person. It's going to keep happening where these dudes keep trying to take each other out. But guess what? It's going to end up where it's going to ruin their families. Their kids not going to have no daddy around. And that's really the main problem. A lot of these kids, a lot of these youngins like Durk and them, they didn't have their dads around. Their dads was locked up, or they ran away from the family, didn't want to take care of them or nothing like that. Didn't want to pay no money, no child support. So they dads ran out of their life. And this is why a lot of them have the same problems, is because they don't got no father figure trying to tell them from right and wrong. All they see is their mamas and grandmas, and they so quick to disrespect them and serve at grandma's house and go stay somewhere else. And basically they end up getting raised by the streets. So it's no surprise that all of this stuff happens, and these dudes can't think straight because they never knew what thinking straight was. If you was really thinking straight, Durk would have chilled, got his hundreds of millions of dollars, and took care of King Von's family, took care of his family, and got his generational wealth, and just kept moving, and not had to play around in the streets with hitmen to get himself indicted for a life sentence now. So this is it. When you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. And anybody who act like that, anybody who still going to want to go down the same path, you're going to get exactly what you deserve, man. You're going to get exactly what's coming for you, because karma is not to be played with. And everybody knows at this moment to look over their shoulder and watch their back. And they definitely not going to sit there and sit quiet when somebody trying to get them. And so this is why everybody that Durk had control over, now they turning against him. That loyalty is out the window. Even all of their girlfriends that they said that they was gonna have the girlfriends hold them down and they was gonna ride or die and all this, even their girlfriends are snitching on them. Even the people who they dated in the past, they bringing back old associates. They bringing back girls that used to be around and they saying, what did y'all see? Who was they talking about? What did you catch on wire? What did you catch on tape? Because a lot of these dudes be pillow talking, so they go to the girls too and get the information about the drop that they got on so-and-so and that. And basically the feds are using every single person that they interacted with. They coming back. They got all the resources and the money to send investigators to all of Durk's friends' house, all of his ex-girlfriend's house. They might even be talking to India. They might even be talking to the Durk's lawyer, the girl that got him out that case with him and King Von in Atlanta. So it's a lot of people that's turning against Durk. And so this is why y'all should, everybody that's thinking like that, you got to stop doing that type of stuff, because you see how it happened for Lil Durk. If Lil Durk had all that money and they had the whole entire Chicago, and remember, these dudes thought they was moving like the mafia. They thought they was real mob bosses, but forgot the mob got taken down too. You forgot the feds is the new mob. So that's why they not playing around with any of these little rap groups, any of these little street dudes or nothing like that, because they not gonna beat the feds. That's period, man. The feds is always gonna win. That's why they got a 98% success rate. And a lot of these dudes, man, they throwing their life away. They should have really been smart about everything that they was doing. But it's too late now. They already talked too much. They already done showed their hand, and that's exactly why they're getting indicted. So let me know what y'all think about this whole thing.